Finally, a Google speaker that doesn't sound like shit. Hey guys, it's Craig. This year's smart speakers from Amazon and Google are about new designs and improved audio. I've been using the new Google Nest Audio for a bit now, and when I got it, my first question was, has Google finally brought better sound and bass to their smart speakers? Let's take a look. If you know my channel, you know I primarily use Amazon Echoes and Apple devices, but I do also use the Nest Hub, the Nest Mini, Nest Max, and Pixel phones. Although it's not my primary assistant, I think Google's doing some great stuff. But one of the things that has been missing, something that Amazon has been getting better and better at each year, is improved sound. The Nest Mini got a very minor sound improvement, and the Nest Hub Max improved the smart display sound a lot. But the original Google Home came out in 2016. In 2017, Amazon brought out the second generation Echo with improved sound. In 2019, the third generation Echo was released and again improved sound. Now in 2020, we have a fourth generation Echo with a new speaker configuration that sounds nice. So did Google jump that far ahead from the original Google Home with the Nest Audio? Google's only real focus for this device was to improve the sound. This Nest Audio is supposed to be 75% louder and have 50% more bass than the original Google Home. That's a huge leap from the original, but is it enough? Spoiler? I'm impressed. This thing sounds a lot better than I thought it would. Video over. The end. The new Nest Audio is $99 and available in 5 colors. There's charcoal, chalk, sand, sage, and sky. The enclosure, which includes the fabric on the outside, is made of 70% recycled plastic, which is pretty cool. I mean, this doesn't feel like plastic on the outside. I like it. I do like the new look and prefer it over the new Echoes. I think this shape lends itself to blending into a room better than this sphere shape. Google does try to use colors that are soft and earthy, but man, there's too many pastels for me. Now on the top you have a play pause button, a volume up, and a volume down. If you don't read the manual or stumble upon it, you might not know where the buttons are. It just feels nothing tells you there's buttons there, no indicators. This has 3 microphones built in compared to the original's 2. From what I heard, the original one was great and the 2 microphones was enough. I have found with the Nest Audio that even if music was playing, when I asked for the Google Assistant, I was heard. This is a Google Assistant smart speaker and does all the same googly things you would come to expect on any of the other smart home products from Google. Yeah, it's in line with all their other Nest products and Google Assistant products. Now let's talk about the huge sound improvement. This is no longer a 360-degree sound speaker, but is instead more of a traditional front-firing design. The original Google Home had one 2-inch speaker and 2 2-inch passive bass radiators. And if you don't know, a passive bass radiator is powered by air pressure from the powered speaker. So that 2-inch speaker powered with air pressure the bass radiators. Now that air pressure against the radiator produces lower bass tones, which is really cool for a lot of smaller devices. But the new Nest Audio is using a powered woofer for bass that is far better than a radiator. The Nest Audio has a 19mm or 0.75-inch tweeter and a 75mm or almost 3-inch woofer. The new Amazon Echo 4th generation has 2.8-inch tweeters and a 3-inch woofer. So that's one additional speaker compared to this. My next video will be a sound comparison between the Echo 4th generation and the Nest Audio, and we'll see if that additional speaker makes a big difference when it comes to sound. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified of that video. But like I said earlier, the new Nest Audio is 75% louder and has 50% more bass than the original. That makes sense since it's using a separate speaker for the tweeter and the woofer. I don't have an original Google Home to compare to this, but here's a listen to the Nest Audio.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm not running. I see a train and all the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby, you got my attention. So you were saying, oh,
will say it sounds nice. I always feel like the Google Home and Nest devices lacked bass and just never sounded balanced. Out of the box though, the bass is a little low, but with it turned up and the treble up a bit, it sounds good.
Mind all the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, me, you are something special, I'm sure.
I'll admit, it sounds way better than I thought it would. I'm sure it's just my Amazon bias and past experience with the Nest Mini and the Hub, but I didn't think Google was going to do that well on a Gen 2 product. I was wrong. It is an enjoyable listening experience. I'll go more into that in my Echo and Nest sound comparison video. It's a big improvement over other Nest speakers. Really clear vocals and better on the bass. Still could use more bass though, like something you can feel, but you hear it and it's there. Now the sound is supposed to adjust to the room you're in. You can also pair this with another Nest Audio for a stereo pair of speakers. From what I understand, you can't put this in any kind of theater mode for TV audio like you can with Fire TVs and Amazon Echoes. But I can't imagine that feature isn't coming with the new Chromecast that just came out. Beyond the sound, not a lot has changed. The Nest Audio does have Bluetooth 5 compared to the original's 4.1, so that should help with streaming music from your devices to the Nest Audio. Bluetooth 5.0 offers 4 times the range and twice the speed of Bluetooth 4.1. When I streamed YouTube video audio from my iPad to the Nest, I wasn't noticing any sound lag. If there was a little lag, it was so small it was hard to detect. Another thing with this, Google is trying to be more transparent with the privacy settings and being able to opt out. You do have the lights on the front that will go orange when the mics are powered off using the switch on the back. Also, you can say, hey, delete what I just said to have Google Assistant forget what you said. Now, one of my favorite features that the Amazon Echoes do not have is the ability to move music from one device to another device. That is something that works on the HomePods too. It is great. You could go from one room to the next, just transfer the music over without having to start over a playlist. Amazon, get that together. Google's got it. You need it. Now, there are a couple things that the comparable Echo has that this does not have. None of them are things I use and are not deal breakers for me, but you should think about it. First, unfortunately, there is no line in or out of the Nest Audio, so you can't hook this up to a better set of speakers or connect a device directly to the Nest Audio to use as a speaker. You also don't get a hub or temperature sensor like the Echo 4th generation does, but again, I don't use the built-in Echo hubs and don't miss it with the Nest Audio, but something you should think about. I think this is a big improvement over the previous generation. The bass is better, but could use some more punch. You hear it, but with the Echo 4th generation, you feel it more. This is not mind-blowing sound. It is a nice sounding speaker for the $100 price point. As someone who's never liked the sound of the Nest devices or Google devices, I like this one. And I was pleasantly surprised. Now, should you go out and buy this for the sound upgrade? The way I see it is with Echoes and with Nest devices, you just add more to the house. So if you have a place that you can shuffle an existing one around and add this into your collection, I think that's great. If you feel like there just wasn't enough bass, the sound just wasn't enough out of previous generations, this could be a good upgrade for that. But at the end of the day, no matter how well it sounds, it really comes down to what's driving it. This is Google Assistant. This is where you're going to get Alexa. At the end of the day, that's probably going to be more important, is choosing which smart assistant you want to use. For those of you who have already chosen the Echo, it doesn't matter how good this sounds, you're not getting one. But for those of you who are in the market or undecided about which direction you want to go, I don't think you're going to go wrong with this. With the holidays approaching, keep an eye out. I'm sure we'll see some good deals on them. Now, what's your thought on the Nest Audio? Is it something you would upgrade to, or maybe even switch from another smart assistant to? Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some great information on Amazon's new Echo. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.